Okay, we're driving down the road live, YouTube. I just want to kind of talk about how things were in the past when I was growing up. We had cars that when we were driving down the road, they would like smoke, and I had to put STP in it to keep it from smoking so bad. And then we had cars with no air conditioning. We had cars with no radio. We had cars that had batteries that just had a dead cell in it, and sometimes it would start, sometimes it wouldn't. I remember going to my girlfriend's house, Jennifer, and we had this battery with this Ford LTD that had that dead battery cell in it, and sometimes it would start, sometimes it wouldn't. Well, anyway, her dad and mom was going to let us go to the grocery store together to pick up some soda pop, and I went out to start my car before we was headed out, and it wouldn't start, and I'm like, holy crap, they're not going to let us go. So I popped the hood real quick. She's in there distracting them, and I take the battery out and I run it over to the neighbor's house, and she's got her battery in the car, her dad's, and I have jumper cables, and I let it charge for a little bit. You know, sometimes it would charge. Really weird situation back then. Didn't have the computers as much. So anyway, I run it back over, I put it in the car, and it starts up, and I leave it running. I said, we need to hurry up, don't have much gas. So anyway, things like that. It's funny. So I remember just going up in the hills of Arkansas. Would have had these winding, twisted roads, and my dad was drunk. He was always drinking, and he's going around these curves, and they don't have the guardrails to keep you from running off. And one day we was up there, and it's pretty late at night, and I don't know how old I am, probably 12 years old, somewhere in there, and my dad's going around this curve. Well, he doesn't see it until the last second, and we like, he stops before we run off the cliff. And the cliff down there was pretty good ways, and the lights were shining on the cows, and they were like, I'm like, holy cow. And my dad says, hang on a minute. So, the car was like this, and so one of the tires that was spinning didn't have any traction. So my dad put, some of the Miller boxes that the beer came in, and scotched it, to give us some traction. Well, it backed it out. It was really funny. I remember one day we was driving down the road, and we had just left one of them places down the dirt roads. Well, back in the day, the gas tank didn't have any protection under it like it does now. Well, it got a pinhole, a real pinhole, just like a pen, an ink pen. So we pulled up one of the rare times we was going out to eat at Pizza Hut, and my dad decided to stop and get some pizza, and I'm thinking, wow, we're gonna eat pizza, because my dad always saved a few dollars for his beer. So as we got out, we smelled gas, and we got to the back, and there was a little bit of gas leaking out, a little pinhole. So my dad said, hang on a second. He said, put your finger on that hole and wait till I get back. I'll be back in a minute. So he walks over to the Piggly Wiggly, it's a little grocery store, and comes back, and he has a bar of soap, and he unwraps it, and he says, hang on a minute, and he says, okay, and I'm like, wow, it helped. So the moral of this story is, I was with the family that I was born into. They were poor. I was just hanging out. I had no choice. So as I got older, I realized I wanted things, and so now here I am driving in a pretty new truck, a 17 truck that has Wi-Fi, and I have a smartphone, and then I have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, USB. I have all these things. I have a rear sliding window in the back, full drive. I have all these things, so I want to thank God for this. But thank you for watching my video. More to come. Have a great day.